Um, okay. We're gonna get started with today's call. Really fast. I would love for you guys to just introduce yourselves to each other, and I will have Adriana kick things off because she was here first, and then we'll go Adriana, Mel, Pam, and then Mary, and just say who you are, if you're a coach or you've been a coach, like where, and where you live. That's all.
Okay. Hi, everybody. I'm Adriana. I'm not coaching anymore, but I was a coach in Clovis at Fitness Social. But I currently live at the coast. I'm in Arroyo Grande. So when you guys, I don't know if you guys are in Fresno or Clovis, but I know it's like 100 and something there. It's like 78 degrees here. So,
Rude.
yeah.
Sounds amazing. I live in Sacramento. It's 102 there today, but I'm currently in San Jose with family. So,
Nice.
um, I am a coach, personal trainer, fitness movement coach. I work with women who see themselves in photos and don't recognize themselves anymore and want to finally do the things they need to do to get strong. So I work with women over 30, and I live in Sacramento, originally from the Bay Area, and I met Rachel from our similar gym that we worked at in Sacramento. So
I was like, how did we meet? Because it's a
in
funny like IG full circle thing.
We met
Yeah,
on Instagram, but it was because we had that similar connection with you had just
the
left the gym and
academy.
I just started working
Oh,
there.
cute.
Oh my God. Hello, cutest little kitty
Oh,
cat.
this is shy. This is shy guy. He was sitting
Aw.
on my lap, so I grabbed
He's
him.
adorable. All right, I'm glad to be here. Thanks, Rachel.
You're welcome. All right, Pam.
Oh, uh, yeah, it went on the freezer. I'm Pam Jensen. I'm Dana Jensen's mother, and I've actually coached, trained with kettlebells for several years, and then I took some time off and just worked. And now in my later years, Dana encouraged me to pick it up again, and she said, "Get on this call and get inspired." And so she's helping me out with the media portion of it because she's really good at all the media and websites and everything. And so I'm picking it up again and just want to train kind of the general population, mostly older individuals or those who want to learn the kettlebell and just move better. And they're going to be simple moves, nothing, super technical, and just trying to get people to move and take care of their body. And so that's kind of my focus there. So
I
willing,
love it.
willing to learn more about coaching.
And where do you live?
Oh, Sacramento.
Okay,
So I'm in
cool.
Sacramento, yes, and Antelope area. And yeah, so I've been here for several years. It's been a big space between my training. So getting back into it.
Awesome.
I'm Mary. I am not in California. I'm in Texas, so it is very hot here. But I'm a coach. I coach a very, very wide range of people. I have clients that have MS, all the way to athletes. So lots of kettlebell use across the board. I coach a lot of nutrition as well. Um, but I'm mostly in this group because I don't do any group training currently. I have in the past, but I don't do anything with a group. And so I would love to see how I might be able to incorporate this. So,
Beautiful. All right. I love it so much. I'm gonna mute everyone just so that you don't feel self-conscious if there's like background noise or anything. And then I'm gonna go ahead, I'll introduce myself and then I'll share my screen. I put together some slides. I'm gonna try to get through them quickly because I know your guys' time is really precious and important. Um, and yeah, my purpose for being here today is I just kind of wanted to share a little bit about what I've been doing with my community and I don't know, just try to give people some ideas of like what they can do with their clients to kind of bring people together. So even if you don't work with groups, if you have private clients or you just want to gather your friends and do something fun together, a way to have a fun event, run it like multiple times so you can actually see some progress of, how things are stacking up and how I got motivated to put this together, or what inspired me to put it together was, I don't know, like as you get older, there are fewer opportunities for competition, or maybe not even competition, but just friendly ways to get together and like do something that's a little bit challenging, a little bit strenuous. I'm thinking like 5Ks, 10Ks, that type of stuff exists. But when you're training with kettlebells, it's like you can get really freaking strong at using this tool. And then you're like, cool, I'm strong. So I can like lift up the dog food that I need to get, or go to Costco and move around my groceries. But wouldn't it be fun to go out in the wild and demonstrate your strength and your fitness and be with other people that are doing the same thing in an area that you specialize in? And so with other kettlebell, I guess, styles like kettlebell sport, they stand there in one place and they do a billion snatches, or they do a billion clean and jerks, and they time themselves and they're using a certain weight. And it's this like fitness test that they put themselves through. But with hard style kettlebells, nothing like that really exists. So I was like, why don't I put together something that kind of models High Rocks or HECKA Fit, but then we just swap everything out for kettlebells, try to tap into some endurance and running sort of fitness, and then also using kettlebells, like the thing that we know and we know how to use and we know we're pretty strong at it, and kind of combine those things. So I've done this once myself, and then I took a group, I think about 5 people showed up, and we did this a few months ago. And then I put a little pause on it because it's really hot where I live and I don't want people to get heat stroke. So I'm thinking the next time we'll do this is like September, October. And I just kind of want to bring along as many people that want to participate, either like come to an event that I'm putting on, or make your own little event. And here's how to do it. Here's how to train for it. So if you wanted to do this in the fall, you could start training your people now so that they're not going into it and like getting their butt kicked, you know? So I'll go ahead and share my screen. Let me see. I'm going to pin my screen, and then I'm going to share my desktop. And then hopefully you guys can see my HECKA Fit, HECKA Kettlebell Fit. And I'll just go into present mode. Mel, give me a thumbs up if you can see the HECKA KB Fit. Okay, so this is just an informational meeting for coaches, anyone to learn about the event, how to train for it, how to organize one in their community. When we're done with this call, I'm going to send you guys the slides, and then I have some like training spreadsheets too. I'll put those together in a PDF and send that as well. It'll be in the presentation, but I'll give it to you in a way that like looks a little bit better and you can actually use. Okay, so about this event, I kind of just explained that, but it was just a idea of mine that I've kind of taken and started to run with it. And I just want to share it with other people in case it sounds like fun for you. It can be competitive or non-competitive. Like, I don't care to be super competitive about it, but if you do, and if your people do, then absolutely like go to town. Incorporating kettlebell training and running. The purpose of this is just to challenge yourself and your community. This is stuff that we're already doing, and we can just kind of use our skills and give our friends and our family and our community something to train for and a way to challenge themselves. I feel like we don't do that enough in our day-to-day lives, especially I'm looking at the people that are on this call as like women in their 30s, 40s, 50s, and beyond. We don't have a lot of opportunities like this, so let's just create them ourselves and give other people a chance to jump in too. My motto for the last few years, I guess, I don't have a motto, but I've been thinking about this consistently for the last couple years, is like kettlebells, connection, and community. And so I use kettlebells to build connections in my community. And I think that something that I really love to do. And if other people want to run with that too, then here's a way. Okay, so HECKA KB Fit is this kind of formatted weird over here, but okay. It is just a riff off of HECKA Fit. So HECKA Fit is a race that's been happening for a while. I want to say it's by the same people that started the Spartan race. The Spartan race is like outdoors and there's all these obstacles and it's like, you're like running through mud and scaling things and going underwater. So this is like DECA Fit is an indoor event that combines running with, sandbag reverse lunges and maybe um, ski erg and just other things like that. So I kind of took the events that DECA Fit does and I translated them to kettlebell exercises. So the event starts with a 400-meter lap around a track. So you want to be at a track or be at a place where you can mimic a 400-meter run. If it's not 400 meters, it can be whatever you want it to be, but a quarter mile. So altogether, it's 2.5 miles of running and then 10 kettlebell strength zones. The kettlebell strength zones are listed here. We have 30, and I chose these reps and the weight because I didn't want it to be something that people can just do in one set and then put down the kettlebell and be like, okay, done. I wanted it to be challenging enough that you're breaking these reps into maybe like 2 to 3 sets. So double kettlebells, and it's a alternating reverse lunge for 30 reps. So 15 on each side. 50 two hand, so just a standard kind of kettlebell swing. So they could break it up, 2 sets of 25 or 20, 20, 10, something like that. A double kettlebell clean. So now we're working with 2 kettlebells, 20 double kettlebell cleans, and like a hike pass clean and continuously clean. 15 overhead presses on each side. So you're not going to do 15 in a row, but you might do 5 on one side, 5 on the other, and do that 3 times. 25 single arm swings on each side. A 100-meter double kettlebell farmer carry. So for me, where I've done this is like a high school track. So you could, there's a football field on the inside of it. So you can kind of map out like, okay, go here to back. 30 goblet squats, that's with one single kettlebell, 25 single arm snatches on each side, and then 30 kettlebell passing planks. That's really the only one that I feel like you can do that in one set. Like you don't usually have to stop. It's 30 total, not 30 on each side. And then the last one is 5 Turkish get-ups on each side. So that's what we're running through. It's a long race. And we'll talk about how long it takes people in just a second, but that's in a nutshell what it is. I do have a video link that I don't know if it's gonna, oh yeah, it'll go. Okay. So this is, I'll stop talking. This kind of just shows you what it looks like. And this is, I recorded a large majority of what we did. I think this was in June. So we're on the track, we're doing the things. You can see this is the single arm swing. I didn't record everything. Here's some snatches, the passing plank, more running, more running. Here's finishing some Turkish get-ups. And the overall setting. And then a little walking cool down. Yay, everyone's so happy. The other link, I think it's we don't have to go through it. I feel like that's fine. You get it, you get it. Okay. Suggested training. I feel like there was another slide that I wanted you to see. Okay, but we'll just follow this. Foundational kettlebell movements, cardio intervals, sticking to, let me see. Okay. I feel like there was a slide that I'm looking for that talked about like equipment that you need for this. Okay, so I'm going to talk about this first because in my brain, that's where I wanted to go. If you wanted to run this event, like here's what you need. You need a track or a space that people can run that's around a quarter mile. A high school track or a college track is a really easy place. My closest high school has their gate open for the track all the time. So I usually just go there or count on going there. Um, the goal is for each person to use what we call a testing size weight. If you've ever gone through Strong First or RKC or KBCU, you know what a testing size weight is. It's basically based off of your age, your sex, your weight. And so for me, I would have two 35-pound kettlebells. That would be like the standard to do all of the movements with those weights. Now, if you have a community that's not kettlebell training very consistently, then I don't really care what weight people want to use. I think if this is just for fun, then you're just using something that's not going to kill you. So when I did this with my friends and family, it was like, here's what I think you should be using, but feel free to bring something lighter if you feel like that's going to be a more healthy approach for today. So I think most people they should have been using 35s, but they were using like 25s, something like that. Everyone has injuries that they're dealing with, things that they're dealing with. So if they want to be competitive, testing size weights. If you don't want to be super crazy about it, whatever is not going to kill you. You could bring kettlebells for people if you have access to a gym and have access to a bunch of stuff, or you could just tell people, bring the weights that you need to use, or that you feel like you can use. Bring extra if you have extra. Sharing is caring. A clock would be a really great thing so that people can actually see what the running clock is and when they finish. So I have like a digital clock that I have and brought out, a speaker for music, a whiteboard so that you can list everything that they're doing, because there's absolutely no way to remember 10 events and the reps for everything. So a whiteboard so they can see that. Maybe chalk for people's hands, maybe some cones just in case you need to show them okay, if you go here and back, that's for the farmer carry. And then some sort of a mat or a beach towel or something just in case if they have to do Turkish get-ups on a track or the concrete or whatever, they might want something a little bit softer underneath them. So those are the kind of things to bring. Water also. Modifications for the race, obviously scaling back the weight if testing size kettlebells are not the jam for people. And then DECA does a couple different race variations. So I just modeled this after what they do. The strong version would be 0 running. So there's going to be people that are like, I'm not a runner, or I can't run because of injuries and turf toe or whatever. That's fine. You're going to do 2 times through the kettlebell zones. So you're going to do all the stuff, and then you're going to go back and do it all again. That way, you're going to finish in around the same time frame as the people that are running, so that you're not done in 20 minutes and then everybody else is taking them an hour. You can also shorten the run and make it about 150 meters per lap instead of 400 meters. If you do that, it'll end up being 1 mile of running plus all of the strength events. So those are a couple variations. When I had people come out and do it last month, there was a couple people that were like, I'm not going to be able to do the run. I don't think I'm going to run. But then they did it. They just did it. And so I think they were like, let me just start out and see what I can do. And then they just did it. So but if there's people that have injuries and stuff or they can't run, those are a couple variations that you can use. The standards and expectations, this is not a CrossFit event, so I'm not gonna no rep anyone if they're not doing something completely the right way. But as coaches, you guys know what a squat is supposed to look like and what a lunge is supposed to look like. And so maybe just a demonstration of, this is what we're looking for in a squat. This is what we're looking for in a lunge, just making sure range of motion is appropriate. Testing size bells when appropriate. This is going to be a really strenuous event. So if people are already dying from the run and they're using too heavy of kettlebells, than, just monitoring and managing, what people can expect of themselves. And then estimate, some people are machines and they will get through this really fast. The 2 times I've done it, it took me, I want to say like 49 minutes and then 47 minutes. But there are badasses out there that can probably do it a lot faster. And then there's been people in my community that have done it in like an hour to like an hour and 15 minutes. So it's going to be a range. And that was for the full thing, not like, I don't really know the strong and the mile. I'm assuming they would finish that in like 30 to 45 minutes. So those are the expectations for that. Let me see what's next in my slides. Okay, so I'm gonna go back to training for that. And we don't have to spend a ton of time on this because I feel like it's a lot of numbers and information, and maybe it's just easier to like study a spreadsheet. But essentially, if you wanted to train your group for this, what I've done is a 4-week block of introducing the movements. The first month, we did one workout a week that was just kind of focused on training the movements and introducing some more like steady state cardio in a chunk. So you would do basically the swings, the cleans, and the farmer carry as a giant set. So all of the swings, all of the cleans, all of the farmer carries. And again, those can be broken down into like 25 swings, rest, 25 swings, 10 cleans, 10 cleans, resting, basically just rest whenever you need to get through all these reps. You do this giant set one time, you rest for 3 minutes, then you do the next giant set, which is 25 snatches on each side, 30 passing planks, and 5 Turkish get-ups on each side. Rest for 3 minutes, and then do about 15 minutes of cardio of your choice. Running would be the most obvious choice so that you can be more prepared for the actual event. But if someone wanted to bike or do a brisk walk or row or something like that, that's fine too. And then in weeks 3 and 4 of this training block, you would bump up the zone 2 cardio to 20 minutes instead of 15 minutes. I just chose one day a week for this because 2 other days of the week, we're just working on like general kind of full body strength. And that's just what worked best for the kind of training situation that my clients are in, especially in my online group program. The second training block, so this would be weeks 5 through 8. Now we're doing intervals or like more circuits that are going to mimic the race. So 2 minutes of cardio. In this case, it was 2 minutes of running, 30 seconds of rest, and then you do 2 of the movements that you would see in the event. So in this case, it was the reverse lunges, and then the 50 kettlebell swings, broken up however you need to, but get through the lunges and then get through the swings. Then you go back to 2 minutes of cardio, take 30 seconds of rest, and then you do the cleans and the presses. One more time, 2 minutes of cardio, 30 seconds of rest, and then you're going to do the squats and the single arm snatches. And that's what we worked on for weeks 5 through 8. The second half of this month, so weeks 7 and 8, we bumped up the 2 minutes of cardio to 3 minutes of cardio. So just kind of progressively adding some time to that. We're about to start our 3rd month of specifically training for this event. So I just went back to the month 1 and just like changing out the exercises to train the ones that I think are the most difficult. So the giant sets, this one would be single arm swings, the presses, and then the farmer carry, resting for 3 minutes. Then we do the lunges, the snatches, the passing planks, rest for 3 minutes. Then I think it says 20 minutes of zone 2 cardio. So we started with 15, moved to 20. Now we're back to 20, and then we'll move up to 25 minutes to close out the last 2 weeks of the month. Okay. The times, the dates that I have on the calendar to do this with my community is I lived in Sacramento for 3 years, so I have a strong, I guess, group of people that have been working out with kettlebells for 5 to 6 years, 6 years, a lot of them in Sacramento. So I'm going to do two events. I'm going to do one in Clovis where I live now, and then I'm going to do one in Sacramento. So if any of you guys live in those areas and you just want to like join us, that'd be awesome. I'm going to reach out to some local gym owners that I know there and be like, hey, do you guys want to do this? And this was kind of part of that outreach. And then if they want some training protocols to get people specifically ready, more ready for this event, then I'm happy to share those with those gym owners too, if they want to use that programming. But September 20th in Clovis, it's a Sunday, and we'll do it in the morning. And then also Sunday, October 4th in Sacramento. And for you guys, if you wanted to do something similar to this, you don't have to do those dates. You don't have to do, a Sunday or whatever. I'm just trying to find dates that work for me. And I think a lot of times those like marathons, half marathons, 5Ks, they do them on Sunday because people can like have that rest on a Saturday and like take time for their body to, go to sleep early on Saturday and then wake up Sunday, do the event, and then they're a little bit more fresh for that event as opposed to doing it on Saturday morning when you've just worked all week and you're like so tired and you don't have a lot of like time for your body to rest before the event. So that's what I'm thinking for my communities. And I just think it would be so fun for people around the country to kind of run something similar with their communities. Or, you can do this however you want. You can cut the strength zones like literally in half. You could do half of them, or you could do half the reps. You could do whatever you want with this. I'm just showing you what I think is going to work best for myself and my community. It is very challenging, but it's also fun and it's been doable for people. And I think that people like that. Like people like to be challenged, and they like to have fun and they like to suffer in good company and then, go have a drink afterwards or coffee or donuts or whatever. So just in summary for all the things that we've gone over, HECKA Kettlebell Fit is for you and your community if you choose to take it on. I think it's a great way to have a measurable training goal for yourself and your clients. Bring people together to play and have fun and commune outside of the gym. Your clients can actually meet each other if they haven't before, which is super fun. You can do this once a year. You could do it a couple times a year. I think it's cool to do it a couple times a year just because you do it one time, you get a time, you're like, cool, that took me an hour and 10 minutes. And then if you do it 6 months later, maybe you shave 5 or 10 minutes off your time and that feels really good. Or maybe you were not able to use testing size kettlebells but a year later you are because you've gotten stronger. So it's something that people can, measure their strength gains and their fitness, and just have fun. So I would love, to get more people on board with this, reach out to other gyms, get, other gyms to participate. Right now, I'm thinking like this is just a free event. It's just something that like we can all do to build our communities. But bigger picture, I would love to partner with some nonprofits, charge like a fee for people to be able to do this, kind of like a 5K or a 10K. And I'm going to be reaching out to my school district locally to see what it would take to rent out the track, and have the bathrooms open and have amenities for people so that this could be a little bit more legit and a little bit less like just kind of ragtag. So I'm opening up a gym right now. So I have to like make that my priority. And this is just kind of something fun on the side. But perhaps in the spring or next year, it's something that like I'll go through, making this like a paid event and donate to a nonprofit. And I don't know, just like have business partnerships where people get, water bottles and, stuff like that for it. So I would love to answer questions, see what you guys think, reactions, just anything you guys want to add. I know it was a lot.
I'd like to ask a question.
Yeah, go for
So,
it.
can you hear me? So you've done this twice before?
I've done it. I tested it out myself. I was like, how terrible is this? So I just took myself through
Right.
it. And then like a month after that, I took the group of people. There was like, I think 6 of us total. Hi, Mary. Hi, Mom. We did it, yeah, together, just like the 6 of us.
Okay. I'm curious. I'm asking that question curiously because you have your community, and of course they were like bought in. They're like, this sounds really cool. I love what you're talking about right now. This is so cool. I'm just trying to understand like how much marketing did you do? How much time did you spend outside of your normal training hours to create this event and execute it? Because it to me, I'm like, this is so amazing. How much time is this going to take me to put together? How much time am I dedicating per week to market it, to post on social media, to have conversations with people? And of course, that's the one thing that I'm like, I need to understand
Yeah.
your experience if you can share that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't feel like I spent that much time marketing it. I mean, I feel like the people that are going to come to an initial thing like this are your best friends, your family members, the people that are like a hell yes on anything that Mel does. So the people in that picture were like my cousin, my sister, another coach at a
Cool.
kettlebell gym. Yeah, like people that are in my program that were like, oh yeah, sure, like whatever Rachel's doing, I'm there. And it was like personal outreaches to those people, like, hey, are you coming? Of course, I posted on social media, but in my experience, people are like, oh, that sounds so fun. I want to go, but then they get nervous, they get scared. It's more like, oh my God, am I going to be able to do this? Like they get kind of freaked out, especially when it's a free thing. There's no like money exchange, so there's no real they're not on the hook to show up. So I would have the expectation that if you got like a handful of people to come and do this thing, that would be a huge win. And then once people see it, they're like, oh my God, like that looks so cool. I want to do that. So yeah, I mean, I think I probably posted about it a few times, sent a couple emails, and then that was it.
Okay, great. Again, this is brilliant. And this is a conversation I've had with people in the kettlebell community saying that something like this needs to happen. So this is really great.
Thank you.
Really
Yeah,
glad, really
I
glad
feel
you
like
created this. And
thank you. And who knows if it's going to be a huge dud or what, but I feel like it's fun if I'm doing it and it's fun and other people are seeing it and they're like, "Oh, I want to do that too." Like I just want to give you all the information so that you can decide if it's, you know, good for you or not good for you or like tweak it, cater it to if your community, is different than mine, like make it whatever you want for them. But I know I love kettlebells. I got some strong folks in my group, and this is like, people like to have something to train for.
I was just thinking that I for sure want to do this. I was actually a couple weeks ago, I was like, should we do a deadlift competition for women? Like we need something to train for. So like the timing of this, of course, is perfect. So I'm excited. I'm jazzed. I'm thinking like what date is this going to happen on? I love it.
Yeah.
Thank
Well,
you. And
I think for
your
Sacramento,
October 4th date.
if you're around for that, I'm gonna reach out to Ben, specifically Brian, um, both Brians. Maybe
So
the P2O
we
folks.
can, yeah, we can talk offline about that part. So I can give you some insight in terms of what that would look like at the academy.
Okay.
Um, we'll talk about that offline.
Yeah, and
That's
maybe they're
great.
like, Rachel, shut up. But if they want to come, then they can totally come.
No, I can tell you how to get a
Invite their
yes from
people.
Mabs, but we'll talk about it offline.
Okay. What other thoughts and
Hey,
questions, you guys? Yes.
Rachel, real quick.
Hi, Becky.
Tell me again. Hi, everyone. Tell me again about the running. Like, when is, maybe I missed that. When is the run part? Is it running and then lifting, or is it like run, lift, run?
Yeah, so it's thank you.
Run, lift, run.
I don't think I really said that. Yeah, you start with a run and then you do the first strength zone. You do another run, strength zone, run, strength zone. So every time you're going around that lap and then you're doing some sort of like strength
Oh, okay.
or
So it's
like
like
explosive
I
exercise.
run, then I swing. I run and then I clean. I run and
Exactly.
okay.
Yeah,
Okay. And then
exactly.
how long is the training program? Like a
So
roughly?
So I've mapped out like 12 weeks of training. You don't have to do that much either. And the training plan is, it should be like kind of a cardio complement to a 2 or 3 times per week strength training plan. So for my Reach Fitness Anywhere group, we do 2 dedicated like strength days, and then one is like kettlebell complexes. So it's a little bit more strength endurance. And then this like training for HECKA Fit has been a fourth optional sort of program that they can follow. So some people are doing it every week, some people are doing it occasionally, but it's like a one time per week
Okay.
addition to something that like a training program that they're already doing. So if someone's
Okay.
working
And
out
do
with you
you
once a week, then they can do this
they
another
could
day.
and then you have that program, right? Because I'm definitely doing this. Like I already know of like 2 or 3 clients who will do it. I'm partnering with Amanda. We're gonna get some
Oh, cool.
people going and I'm super excited. Like I'm totally with you on this. People are looking, well, first of all, there's nothing for bells. And
Uh-huh.
if people like don't really like to run, there's not a lot of running involved. Like it's manageable. And the community and all of that stuff, like all of that. So I am 100% in. This is amazing.
Oh, thank you. Okay, so this is what I'll send you guys. It's
Oh,
just
also, I'm in
spreadsheets.
Cleveland. Someone asked me where I'm located. I'm in Ohio.
You jumped on just as we were finishing up intros. So I
Okay,
was like,
sorry. I'm in Ohio. Hi, everyone. I'm in Ohio. Okay, sorry.
we got a bunch of Cali here and Texas, but you already know Mary Ellen. Um, okay, so this is what I'll send you guys. So this is basically like I use Google Sheets and just put together a spreadsheet, and then it just lists like this is broken out into like a quadrant because week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, but it's essentially the same workout the first 2 weeks. And then the second 2 weeks, it just changed slightly with the length of time that they're running or doing cardio. And then for July, this is what it looks like now. We're doing like more of the run and then right mixed into 3 strength exercises, or actually 2, and then running, and then more strength, and then running, and then finishing with some more strength. And then the third month, I just went back to basically the style of the first month and just, oh wait, this is the wrong, there it is. Just went to that style. And then if we were going to train for another month, I would probably go back to what we were doing in the second month and then just kind of like swap out the exercises or change the order so that we do more of that like run, strength, the way that the race is. And I'm not like gonna tell you that this training protocol is perfect either. It's just kind of what I came up with, and you could also like ease into it a little bit more and kind of like cut the reps in half, as people, especially if they're not super experienced or super strong just yet, it might be too much. So, but I'll send you guys those spreadsheets. What else? Pam, I think you're talking, but you're muted. So maybe unmute yourself, or I'll hit this to ask to unmute you. It's hard on the phone. It's hard to find it. All
Okay,
right.
can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm new to getting back into my business, and I used to lead groups and all, but I'm just starting online until further notice. And so you train your people, and then you say, hey, I'm going to have this free event, little competition, and then then if they want to do that, then you add that training into the training they're already doing. Is that what you're doing? And so they can come to the event and just have a blast and see what their time is.
Yeah, I mean, I think for me, I get a little bit of buy-in by doing it myself. So I'm like, all right, I'm
Okay.
not going to put people through this until
Yeah,
I put myself
true.
through it and make sure that it's like cool. So one thing that you could potentially do is like try this out or try out a scaled version of it and be like, hey
Hmm.
guys, I talked to this trainer and she's putting together this event. I'm going to do it. Would you like to come along with me? If
Okay.
so,
Yeah.
I'm going to help you train for it. And here's how to do it. So
Here's
like,
the date. Mhm.
yeah, like show them that you're interested and that you're excited about it. And sometimes your excitement will then, well, I want to do that, or like, that
Yeah.
sounds fun. You're either going to get
Yeah.
that, or you're going to be like, or they're going to be like, yeah, that sounds terrible. No, thank you. I'm just trying to like be able to touch my toes and like
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
do a better squat. So it'll be, it'll be one or the other. But I think if you're excited about it, they'll get excited about it. Like, oh, that
Okay.
sounds really fun. And I have
Yeah.
clients that are like, no. And then I have clients that are like, I want something to train for. Like, give me a
Yeah.
competition. And
Right.
it can be both.
It varies. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
That was a good question. What else? Anything else, you guys? No? All right. Well, I'm excited to see where this goes. I mean, like, it would just bring me a lot of joy to see something like this, replicated um, anywhere, everywhere. I made a kettlebell version of Murph last Memorial Day, and some other people this year decided that they wanted to do that inside their gyms. And I think it's, Murph is a pretty difficult workout that CrossFit popularized many moons ago. And so that was fun. And I think that this could be something really fun to do with our communities, and sharing is caring, and the more the merrier. And if people want to take this on in Texas and New York and Ohio and Washington, like whatever, I think it'd be super fun. And I'm just an open book. So whatever questions you guys have that come up later, just let me know. Cool, cool. All right, I'll follow up with an email with these slides and that training plan. And yeah, just stay in touch.
Awesome. Rachel, thank you so much. This is so cool. So great.
Oh, you're very welcome. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you guys.
Take care, everyone.
Okay, have a
All
good
right,
weekend.
guys.
Bye-bye.
Good luck, everyone.